They told you to save for a down payment, fix your credit, get pre-approved. You did everything right. But when you finally find a place, it's already gone, snapped up by a buyer who never asks for repairs, never waits for underwriting, and closes in 7 days. No letter to the seller. No Sunday open house. Just math. Welcome to the new housing market, where homes aren't only shelter or family legacies. They're financial products, bundled cash flows, securitized rents, line items on quarterly calls. This is the story of how the starter home became inventory, and how you became the backup plan. After the 2008 crisis, the American housing landscape cracked. Millions of foreclosures created a pipeline of distressed properties. Families repaired credit. But capital doesn't heal, it hunts. Quietly, specialized firms raised billions, swept through foreclosure auctions, bought homes in bulk, and invented an asset class, single-family rental, SFR. Invitation Homes, American Homes for Rent, Progress Residential, Tricon, Amherst. Not household names yet. But together, they bought tens of thousands of houses, focused on the Sunbelt and fast-growth metros where jobs and people were already migrating. This wasn't a conspiracy. It was coordination by spreadsheet, scale, data, financing, and repeatable operations. A new corporate landlord class, professional, efficient, and invisible to the couple showing up on Saturday with a pre-approval and hope. Did they buy everywhere? No, but they didn't have to. Markets don't move nationally. They move zip code by zip code, subdivision by subdivision, weekend by weekend. Institutional ownership remains a minority overall, but in the bidding window of hot neighborhoods with tight supply, a few cash offers are enough to set the comp, win the weekend, and nudge the price ladder up one rung. Here's the playbook. Find metros with population inflows, landlord-friendly regulations, and growing job bases. Ingest thousands of listings a day. Price, beds, baths, renovation cost, rent potential, school score, microcrime rates, time to lease. Run the buy box. If the yield and renovation budget clear the hurdle, offer cash. Waive repairs. Close fast. Speed beats sentiment. Certainty beats caution. And the offer letter from a young family? It loses to an algorithm that never needs a moving truck. Then scale the operations. Fleet maintenance crews cycling through the same suburbs. Standardized appliances and finishes to lower cost and shorten downtime. Portfolio pricing. Analyze every lease renewal in a 5-mile radius and push rent upward in tiny, frequent increments. Vacancy is a line item, not a crisis. They can afford to wait. You can't. Next, build to rent. New subdivisions designed from the ground up to be rentals. Uniform floor plans, small yards, dog park amenity, digital lockboxes, portal-based maintenance, on-site leasing. Efficient to build. Efficient to manage. Entire neighborhoods where the for sale sign never appears. Because nothing is for sale. Why do sellers choose them? Because certainty is priceless. A guaranteed close and a clean contract beats a financed offer with inspection, appraisal, and a chain of contingencies. In an uncertain market, corporate capital looks like mercy. Once they control enough homes in a submarket, the flywheel spins. Operational scale drives per unit costs down, bulk contracts, repeatable scopes, faster turns. Data turns into pricing power. Tens of thousands of leases reveal seasonality, renewal elasticity, microblock premiums. Financing becomes professional. Credit facilities, securitized rent bonds, equity raises. And the app becomes the storefront. Vacancies listed at algorithmic price points, with concessions pulsed to hit occupancy targets across a portfolio, not a cul-de-sac. This is the quiet inversion of homeownership. The starter home used to be a family's first foothold, sweat equity, a hedge against rent hikes, a place where improvements paid you back. Now in certain zip codes, that same house becomes a stabilized yield, a coupon stream. A corporate landlord doesn't have to love the house. It has to love the math. Here's the part that hurts. The flywheel can push prices even if institutions own a minority of homes. Why? because price is set at the margin. If 3 cash offers land the first weekend and 1 is corporate, the financed family's bid becomes emotional commentary. The comp prints. The appraisal adjusts. The next list price anchors to the new normal. And the starter home graduated, not because it got bigger, because the buyer did. Let's be honest, corporate buyers aren't the only force. There's a stack of structural pressures pushing prices higher. Scarcity. We underbuilt for a decade. Zoning restricts density, blocks duplexes and ADUs, locks neighborhoods into 20th century patterns. Construction costs rose, materials, labor, permits, delays. You can't buy what doesn't exist. Rate lock in. Millions refinanced into 2-4% mortgages and won't move. That freezes inventory. The MLS looks like a museum. Old exhibits, no new arrivals. Population flows. People and jobs migrated to the same metros institutions targeted: Florida, Texas, the Carolinas, Tennessee, Arizona. If 100 families move into a county with 40 fresh listings, someone rents whether they like it or not. Investor stack. Institutions are the headline, but small investors matter too. Mom and pop landlords, short-term rental buyers, out-of-state retirees, downsizing into cash purchases. Together they crowd the same price bands. Corporate buyers didn't need to dominate the nation to change the moment you meet the market. They just needed to be there, fast, liquid, certain, when you arrived with hope and a pre-approval. Why chase the starter home? Because the return profile is beautiful. Families with kids don't churn like downtown studio renters. They want school continuity and backyards. They mow on Saturdays and pay on time. That's cash flow stability Wall Street loves. And the supposed maintenance nightmare? They turned it into a subscription. Standardize appliances and finishes. Negotiate bulk service contracts. Centralize dispatch. Use portals for maintenance requests, rent, and renewals. At scale, the headache becomes a help desk. Then securitize it. Package the rental streams into bonds, just like multifamily. Lower your cost of capital, raise new equity, buy more homes. Each acquisition is one more pixel in a larger picture. Suburban America as an investable grid. Is this evil? No, it's efficient. But efficiency changes who a neighborhood serves. When owner occupancy drops, neighborhoods feel different. Fewer porch lights for 20 years, more turnover, more uniform renovations tuned to yield, not to love. The question isn't whether a corporate landlord can manage a house. It's whether a town thrives when the starter home is never a starter home again. Let's separate signal from noise. Myth 1. A single megafirm bought every house. No, single-family rentals are fragmented. Some big players own tens of thousands, but the majority of rentals are still held by small landlords. The distortion comes from concentration in specific neighborhoods and weekends, where timing, not totals, matters. Myth 2. BlackRock personally outbid you. BlackRock is often blamed, but the most aggressive post-2008 buyers were specialized SFR operators and funds. It's fair to say Wall Street, but it's more accurate to name the specialized landlords who built the model. Myth 3. If institutions vanished, homes would be cheap. If they disappeared tomorrow, you'd still face scarcity from underbuilding, rate lock-in, and population flows. Would prices cool? In some pockets, yes, especially where a few players set marginal comps. But the national shortage wouldn't dissolve overnight. Now the receipts, the edge cases where power concentrates, local monopolies of attention. When one landlord has a deep footprint in a zip code, it sees rental demand in real time. That data, not appraisals, sets the next asking price. Build-to-rent expansions. New communities designed to be 100% rental create stability for landlords and a ceiling for aspiring owners who can only rent in their own school district. Portfolio tactics. A landlord can keep a few units vacant to stage renovations and push asking rents, absorbing short-term pain for long-term pricing power. Families don't have that lever. The cost isn't only dollars, it's optionality. Homeownership isn't just about paint colors and pride. It's a forced savings plan that outpaces rent inflation. It's a hedge against eviction. It's a base for a small business, an intergenerational asset, a way to stay in your school zone when life swings at you. When the starter home becomes someone else's rental by design, families still get bedrooms and a backyard, but not the latter. They're renting a lifestyle they could once build equity in. They're renewing a lease on a dream they used to buy. And neighborhoods change. Annual rent increases push long-time residents to the edge. Renovations serve yield targets, not character. Turnover becomes a portfolio KPI, not a family's decision. Maintenance is responsive, but not personal. Everything works. But what does it mean? Now the part they don't expect us to say, you can still win. But you can't play the old game. For families buying to live, shop the off-season. Hit winter or the weeks between school terms when corporate bid volume dips. Expand the map by one ring. One extra exit down the highway often trades 15 minutes for 15%. Target cosmetic ugly homes. Corporates love clean, repeatable inventory. You want the dated kitchen and good bones. Use lenders who can sprint. Desktop underwriting, local appraisers, appraisal gap reserves if you can. Right surgical offers. Tight timelines, higher due diligence, right to inspect, but no nickel and diming. Ask for make-whole credits instead of repairs. Certainty sells. For small investors, hunt mom-and-pop exits. Knock on doors, mail owners of 1 and 3 rentals who want out. Stay within one zip code. One contractor stack, one material set, one lender relationship. E offers certainty. Quick close, tenant-friendly transitions. Buy the boring. 3 twos on slabs with no pools and standard roofs, the exact inventory corporate scale, but that they'll pay more for. For agents and local pros, build a pre-inspection network and bridge loan partners. Speed is your competitive edge. Farm neighborhoods where institutions underperform, older stock, funky lots, small repairs. They know the buyers who can close now. Be the phone that rings before the sign goes up. For policy shapers, legalize gentle density, ADUs, duplexes, cottage courts, fourplexes on transit. Bamboo. Incentivize build to own alongside build to rent. Down payment boosts tied to new supply. Closing cost help for primary owners in new subdivisions. Publish institutional ownership maps and rental price dashboards by zip code so buyers see the playing field in daylight. Streamline permits and inspections with shot clocks. Predictability lowers costs faster than subsidies. Is there a secret cabal to keep you renting forever? No, there's something harder to fight: incentives. When money can earn steady yield from houses, money will try. When zoning bans more homes where people want to live, scarcity will punish the middle. When rates trap owners in place, listings starve, and cash wins the weekend. It feels like a conspiracy because the truth is organized like one. Coinciding incentives, repeatable results, every spreadsheet pushing the same direction. From owner-occupier to long-term renter. The test of a system isn't whether it makes sense to capital. It's whether it leaves room for families to build and keep a stake where they live. You did what they told you to do. Work hard. Save. Get pre-approved. But you weren't just bidding on a home. You were bidding against a product, an instrument optimized for someone else's balance sheet. Housing used to be the ladder. When the ladder becomes an asset class, the question isn't whether you climbed fast enough. It's who moved the rungs and why you weren't invited to the meeting. This is money unmasked. Money. Power. Control.